Let's see. Okay, am I live? I think I'm live. I sure hope this is working. I think that it is. Okay, so here's the deal. So a while ago, I posted just basically, hey, I wish I had a template for whatever. Because as you know, or maybe some of you don't know, I have a membership where I offer like templates, typically Canva and PowerPoint and stuff like that. And I tend to like sprinkle in a little bit of AI, custom GPT, stuff like that to increase productivity and to allow for more quality materials to be created in a shorter period of time. So I had a couple of responders, but the first one that popped in was Marilyn, who mentioned something about a true and false game and a left and right game. And she just wanted to see how they were actually made. So I was intrigued because I had started a custom GPT for a left right game like way back when. I can't even remember when I first started to make it. But bottom line is, I have some info. So here in Etsy, I just went ahead and I typed in left, right, game, right? So this is a good thing. Whenever you see, much like with Teachers Pay Teachers, whenever you see like an auto suggest of different things, that's a good thing because you can actually assume that people are searching for it because Etsy is serving up these words, like these keywords and stuff, and or these topics, these games, whatever. So that's always a good sign. Same thing in Teachers Pay Teachers, or like just like in Google, if you type in something, it assumes that you're asking for something because you probably weren't the first person to ask for it. It was probably several other people anyway. So I was playing around in here. I'm seeing left, right, game. See how this stuff is changing? This could be some ideas for you, just so you know. It seems as though it's more so like a seasonal thing or stuff that's kind of tied to certain things, like the 30th birthday or the family reunion or a cookout, graduation party. And this is pretty timely because we're entering the season here in the summer where people are having family reunions, myself included, cookouts, graduation parties. It is May going into June. People are doing graduation parties, giving out gifts, and they want to do fun stuff, with their kids and stuff like that. Or their graduates, I should say. Now, for the attorneys, I have no clue what's up with that, but something else happened that I thought was intriguing because I'd like to go a little bit further. Let me see, left, right game. All right, so left, right, across game. So this popped up too, which I kind of like grabbed my attention. So I'm like, not just a left, right game where you're passing to the left and to the right, but across as well. I'm getting ahead of myself. So a left, right game, basically, I'm just going to pop this in here right now. Left, right game is basically a story, and sometimes it's called pass the parcel or pass the prize. It's like a whole thing. Let me go in here and just go to filters. I want star seller, show results, and just for kicks, let me go up here and change this to best and see what I get. This I didn't do, but let's see what it does. Okay, so we have best sellers of left right game. All right, so we have let's see, spring left right game, God's love left right game, luau left right game, spring past the flowers left right game. And so basically it's a story where the game, a story game where the premise is that, and it's great for large groups, where everyone has a prize of some sort, usually wrapped. When I've played it, everyone had a prize, and you would pass the prize like based off of the story being read. You would either pass your gift that you had to your left or to your right, and what ended up happening was, you end up like lefting it, writing it, depending on when left and right pops up in the story. So it's super fun. I've played it with my colleagues before, and it was just like a huge, huge hit. So I'm like, all you can see here is like graduation stuff, a lot of Easter stuff here, Easter, Bible-based left-right games. But I also saw the left, right, and see we're seeing this other stuff. Left, right game Bible, left, right game Jesus Love, left, right game for graduation party, left, right game for ladies. So looking at this right here, we have a couple of things that we want to keep in mind because we always want to be in the mind of the people that we're creating stuff for. And to that extent, I need to go ahead and change the Canva template that I made for this. Because what I realize as I'm looking at this more closely is that, boom, okay, this is for big groups. So you want to have an economy size. No, I'm sorry. You need to have like a big size, like a regular 8.5 by 11. But you also want to have like a landscape version where you can print in two of them onto one page, basically, because this game is essentially played with large groups of people, and maybe you're someone at home that doesn't want to go ahead and kill all your color ink on something. So that's something to think about too. Maybe you do like a color version, maybe a black and white version, and then you do a version perhaps that is, sorry, there's something in my eye, silly tripping. You also do a version that is that can fit two stories on one page. And so you check out and see what people are offering. If you've been around me long enough, as I mess with my eye with stuff in it, that you do want to make certain that you are adding something to what you are offering to distinguish yourself from other people, to add more value, so that when it comes down to, oh, am I going to get this or this, they see what you're offering, and then they want to go with you because you're offering something that has more value or more perceived value. Both have equal weight. And for something like this, you definitely want to go ahead and bundle it. I got to do it I really need to just go ahead and do it this summer. I'm going to do it where you have like a collection of maybe 40, 50 games. And this might be one of them, like right here, spring game, look all the graphics. There are different games all about spring here, right? And this is big pack all about spring themed. And maybe this one here, this one is not. Doesn't have a variety of games, but it's still a bestseller. So feed into that what you will. All right. So this is all set. I did some research here. I even went into Teachers Pay Teachers just to see what was up. And I saw, left-right game. That's interesting. So what does that mean? I'm clicking on it. So we have an active listening lesson. We have something here with articulation and language. If you're not a teacher, you probably don't know what that means, but you can kind of guess, articulate stuff, how to speak. But there's also some things in here for Easter, a left-right game. This has to be about, this left-right game has an Easter spin on the Christmas exchange game because the entire premise of the game is based off of Christmas. All right, so all that being said, here is the back end. Let's just go ahead and jump into all the stuff you're going to see. So printables that pop, going into the membership. I'm just going to scroll down here to games, puzzles, and mazes, hit plus, and then left, right game, left, right, across game. I wanted to give two separate options just in case. Now the across, those little wrench and things, because if someone reads across in the story, you have to pass your GIF across to the person across from you, versus left or right, across it makes it more fun. It's something different. So you want to click on that, and there's no tutorial for this because I'm doing this literally live right now, and so I'm going to just direct people to the live. But what I want to show you here is that there is a Canva template and a PowerPoint template. So the PowerPoint one is all the way down here. That's where they live. But I'm going to go ahead and just design this really quickly in Canva. There's also a GPT, if there's a GPT or an AI prompt. I have the Pass It Pal GPT right here. Did I do the link right? I did do the link right. Okay. So here's what you would do. Here's the Canva template. No, that's the Facebook group. Hold on. Where is the All right, here we go. So Canva template. So what I did was I included instructions for a left, right, across game and instructions for a left, right game. Now, depending on whether or not you're doing this for a classroom, like on Teachers Pay Teachers, or one that might be in a private home or something like that for Etsy, you just want to throw this into ChatGPT and say, hey, should be for a classroom. This should be for, I don't know. This is more so for if you want to actually do one for a classroom, you would put this into I'm making this for a 5th grade classroom, a 3rd grade classroom, whatever. Please rewrite it. These are more so written as though it's more so for a regular household or someone having a celebration, a cookout, a barbecue, family reunion, a birthday, that sort of thing. And so this is very simple and easy to make. we're just going to go ahead and generate one here using the Pass It Pal GPT, and we're just going to make one up. So it's going to ask you, do you want a left-right story or a left-right across story? Let me zoom in so you can see what everything is looking like. I'm just going to go ahead and do left-right, but you can do both. And then it's going to give you some options. You have like a topic, let's say high school, graduation, funny and silly. Let's go with that because why not? Okay, anything specific you'd like me to include in the story? Let's say the name of the graduate is, I don't want to say Bilbo Baggins. That would totally be, yeah, because that's probably trademarked. Let's call him after my brother, Robert Rodrigo. That's not really my brother's full name, but his name is Robert. Lots of Roberts in my family. And so it's going to go ahead and generate some stuff. So at the very beginning of it, it's going to give you some like light instructions to put at the top of your, here we go, top of the template. So over here, let me move this here so I don't throw it off completely. You can go ahead and just put this right here. And I'm just using Century Gothic just for the sake of, you know, whatever, because I don't want people to get in here and not be able to use any of the fonts. Merlin actually helped me out with that, let me know about that for something else I was doing. And she's like, yeah, it must be paid fonts. And I'm like, oh, shoot. So I had to go back and fix that. Merlin, shout out to you because Merlin's the one who typically catches my mistakes. And then I got to go in there. All right, caps off to Robert Rodrigo. I'm going to grab this too because it seems kind of cool. I'm going to roll with that. And no comments, sorry. Now you do want to go ahead and jazz this up with your own text, your own special font. I do have a where to find free fonts video on my YouTube channel. I'll throw that in here too. And if you do have Canva Pro, you can upload your fonts here. But if you want to do PowerPoint, that's cool too. You can upload the fonts and then kind of go with it. All right, so title, simple instructions. You can include these or not include them. I just had the custom GPT include them. And so after the instructions that are right here, you then go into the actual story. So Robert Rodrigo had just zipped up his graduation gown, but he realized he left his tassel right in his pants pocket. He reached to the right, then to the left, but it was not there. He spun left, then right. Okay, so every time left or right is actually said, essentially the people are having to like pass their gifts. Now, the thing about this is that sometimes when this is generating, it just has like the left and right going. And so you have to give it like a little bit of a nudge to do something different. Now, you can literally just go ahead and hand type stuff in to adjust this so that you have more lefts going or more rights in a row. So people aren't just passing back and forth between the same person. Or you can just like type it in, or you can use this little prompt that I put in the membership. So try again, give me a version that includes 3 to 4 lefts and or rights in a row at least twice throughout the story. Because once you start passing, that's when the story gets really, really fun. When you do repeated passes, that's fun. So I'm just gonna grab that prompt. I'm gonna get out of, this is called the canvas. I'm gonna get out of that. And then it's like, hey, it's done. But I'm like, nope, nope. Let's change things. And so you're looking at stuff to make certain that it looks good and it plays well. So you want to have a decent understanding of what everything looks like. And there we go. Okay, let's see here. Left, right. He left the bathroom in a hurry, left the fridge wide open, and left his sanity somewhere near the cereal box. Boom. That is what you want. You want lots of passes in different spots. To jazz it up, use that particular technique. Okay, he left there last week. He spread it to the right, went to the left, right. He turned left, left, left again, and then right, right, right. His friend spun right behind him and left no clue about what was going on. So you can imagine with a big group of people, everyone's laughing. Everyone is just like having a good old time. And let me see here. Having a good old time. And you really want to kind of keep that excitement. Now, ideally, this would all be one page long. To keep it to one page. Most of what I saw was one page. So I am just shrinking this font just a bit. And I'm just going to left justify it. That's my husband. He's playing dominoes behind me. So I'm going to left justify it. Take off the bold. Go ahead and shrink the font. Now, if I'm in Canva right now, I'm just going to go ahead and just, let's see. I want to increase the line spacing just a bit so it's not so crowded. I want people to be able to read this pretty easily. So that's looking pretty good. But if it's not fitting on one sheet of paper, you could easily, I'm shrinking the font now, but you don't necessarily have to. I just deleted everything, hit the undo button. You don't have to shrink everything. You could easily go back and say, great job. I like to be polite to the ChatGPT. Can you make this story 350 to 500 words? Let's see what it gives us. So you can go ahead and have that set. Right, left, left, right, left, 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 left. Okay, so that looks pretty good. That looks like it's shorter. I could count that out, but I'm not going to. I could use wordcounter.io, but it's seeming like it's kind of shorter, so I'm going to roll with that. Okay, let me grab this. Let's type that in. Okay, looks a little bit better. I might have probably 300 words, might have been better, but I'm going to roll with this. Now, style choices. All right, and I could probably get rid of this too, and that would give me a little bit more room, but whatever. Okay, so left, what you could do is just decide on colors. So maybe the left is blue. This is where you get a little bit tedious, but it looks really good. See how, like here, it's either in bold or it's a different color. So you do sort of want to take inspiration and replicate certain techniques that seem to be working. And of course, these are all bestsellers, so you know, it might be worth it for, I would say it would be worth it for you to just kind of like roll with it. Let's see here. Let's do this, more blue, and then choose something different for like the right. Maybe that's purple. I don't know. Right is the purple. Make right purple, and then maybe also bold, because I think the actual examples are bold as well. And it makes things stand out. It's like a fun sort of thing. And let me see here. So I don't want this to be too long, but see how that stands out, how that looks really good. And then just for kicks, I'm going to go to Teachers Pay Teacher, border, page borders. Let's do that. And let me just grab something free from here for right now, just to show you. Oh, that was kind of cute. Now, if you do have, let me see, do I want that one? Scrolling. If you do have a, let me grab this here. That looks kind of cute. If you do have a seasonal type of one that you're doing, seasonal, like for Christmas or for, I don't know if you can even see this. I'm just doing this right now. Oh, you can see it. All right, I'm looking over here. Yes, you can. All right, let me just grab a border. Grab a border. Let's extract all. Boo, doo, doo, doo. But if you're doing Valentine's Day, like get some hearts. Get a heart border. If you are doing Christmas, do a Christmas border. I'm just doing something relatively quick and easy. Let me go over here. Let me actually upload files. Let's go over here. Desktop downloads. Pay no attention to all of this. I was taking pictures for the I do the silent auction for my students, and I loaded all the different items onto a website so the kids could see what they bid on. They bid with money that they've earned throughout the course of the school year. Because they have to actually they can buy their desk, they pay rent on their desk, they can buy property in the classroom, they can earn extra cash, classroom cash, doing a lot of different things. And at the end of the school year, we just we have a silent auction. The kids just bid on stuff they really want to bid on. All right, position layers. I'm gonna send this to the back. Good. Robert Rodrigo. There we go. All right. But whatever borders I think are important. You have your labels there. Let me scrunch this down. And once again, you don't want this text to be too small. Let me just emphasize that. Do not make the text too small, because that would be bad. Let me see. It's going to let me do that. Okay. So if people can't read your stuff, they do intend to print this out, it will be a problem. So yeah, keep that in mind too. Now, so you have this right here. You could easily, I'm just going to go to Elements, Graduation, Clip Art. And this is very simple, very basic, very quick. You would definitely want to go ahead and just spend a little bit of extra time just polishing things off, getting some relevant clip art set and ready for the rest of, the actual design. You could just fit stuff in different spots if you needed to, like I'm doing right here. I'm just putting the cursor here and putting enter to leave some white space there. There might be a more elegant way of doing it. If it is, I don't know what it is. That's okay. I am just trying to get this done to show you guys what this looks like. And I was hoping that I could be able to, can I change this color? I probably can't. Because normally it lights up if I can. Unless, let me go over here. Slight delay, fresco, dew tone. Oh, I can. There we go. I can change how it looks. Yay. So it's now more of a blue. And I will take this and make this kind of blue as well. See? I love Canva. Gotta love Canva. Honestly, this would be less of a step if I was in PowerPoint, but I play around in each of them just because they each serve different purposes for me, depending on what I am doing. So do that right here. Love it. Drag that. All right, not too shabby. Caps off to Robert Rodrigo. Indeed. Love it. So that's basically it. I mean, the custom GPT does a lot of the work for you, although you are going to have to probably nudge it from time to time, but there's nothing wrong with that. You can easily do that. And, you repeat this. I would do for a set like this, based off of what I've seen on Etsy and what I've seen on Teachers Pay Teachers, you would want to do at least 2 of these. I would have 2 of these in the set. And if you can think of something else, like a cool kind of sort of a cool sort of theme or topic or something funny or different or that would make people laugh, maybe something trendy, I think you would have a really good product here that would sell quite well because they're quite popular. All right, so that is it for me. Oh gosh, adjust. That is it for me. I'm going to go ahead and call it for right now, but it's been lovely just kind of popping in and showing you a little something. And keep the ideas coming. If you're not going to put them into the Google form, because I take them from members for sure. If you're not going to put them in the Google form, then by all means, put it into the Facebook group. I'm off for summer. Well, almost off. I have a professional day tomorrow. My daughter's coming with me just cause, and I'm gonna be in meetings for the morning. But after that, Friday, I am done. So holler at me, let me know what you got, any ideas, and extra rest, extra time. I create awesome things. So that being said, everyone have a great night or a great day or great afternoon, depending on where you are, part of the world where you are, and I'll catch up with you next time.